To all the men that are my age, you millennials and maybe some of you Gen Zs, when you get into a relationship, you get into it to make it work. You get into it to grow. You get into it to build a life together. Be willing to do what's necessary. It's important to look back at the things you used to do before you married the person that you love.
Hey, Bristol friends, welcome back. Welcome back to the Blissology Podcast. I'm your girl, your host, Cece, and I'm joined by my husband. What's going on?
I'm good, everybody. This is Will, and thank you for joining us today. If it's your first time tuning into our podcast, this is a weekly podcast where we bring you inspiring, relatable, and relevant content every Saturday. And in this podcast, we talk about
love, life, family, relationship. You guys know what we do here. I don't know why for some reason I was thinking that I'm mixing stuff. I was like on a DJ booth and just doing my mixing stuff for some reason. That's just what's popping in my head.
Daydreaming.
Okay. Daydreaming. But it is what it is.
Daydreaming. So before we get into the topic of the day, we always like to bring you what we call our blissful moment, which is either something that happened to us during the week or something that we did. So what was your blissful moment?
Go ahead, baby. Tell the people what you do on Wednesday night.
We
tell the people.
For years, every Wednesday we used to go and have ChickfilA. And yes, I'm right. We used to, and we stopped about a month ago when we find out that, well, according to Cece, she found online.
Well, let's not put their business out there.
That there's some certain things that's been changed in the way that they handle their stuff. And Cece says, we're not going anymore. So I decided to, she decided to do some research and find out that there's some guy on YouTube that shows you how to get your spicy chicken close to what Chick-fil-A has. So I decided to take it upon myself to make some Chick-fil-A Wednesday this week. And it came pretty close.
Very close.
Maybe I missed a step here and there.
Yeah.
The breading kind of fell off on part of the chicken, but we fried it. I fried it. Actually, I prepped it all.
You sure did from the beginning.
So, but it came out. I mean, we had dinner. The kids loved it. The only thing we didn't make the Chick-fil-A sauce. We actually bought the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Well, that we're gonna go to Publix and buy that.
Yes. So, but it was good. I mean, I'm not a cook.
We got fries.
But if I've given we had fries. You know, I'm not a cook. But if I've been given good instructions, I will follow it to a T.
Not a chef.
No, I'm not a cook. I'm the chef. That's like a whole different level.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even a cook.
Okay. No, I wouldn't consider that. You're somewhat a cook, if you want to call it that way, because you've been doing pretty good at cooking, baby.
You give me instructions, I will follow it to a T, or the best that I could, and I will do the best I could. But I'm not the type who would I could do. No, I need measurements. I need things like, you should have seen me on Wednesday. I pull out all the measuring cups, a tablespoon, a teaspoon of this and that. So I line them up. I went through the list of instructions the guy had. And okay, I'm going to need a full cup, a half. So I put them all in the plate so I know this is exactly what I need. And then I open each one of the spices and scoop it out and stick it in. But hey, listen, I like discipline, and if someone can give me the list of things that I need and I can buy those ingredients at the local grocery store, I'm gonna make something.
Yes, and it was good. It was delicious.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was pretty close to what Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, to me, I kind of feel like it tasted like you know the grilled chicken that you always have with the bacon.
Well, the chicken
because it didn't have the spicy.
Well, the breading was what. The instruction the guy gave.
Yeah, the breading is what we
spices were supposed to be on the breading, but the breading came off a good part. And I don't think I put enough cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as spicy. So next time I try it, I'm just gonna load it up.
I told him just do it like an overnight process, so that way when you fry
the chicken overnight.
when you fry it the next day, Listen, I didn't really have much partake into what Mr. here was doing. I was just doing my thing with the girls. But yeah,
She ate it.
I did. And our daughter was like, Daddy, this is delicious. This is delicious.
See, I just created another problem for me.
And they call it Daddy Chick-fil-A night.
Going to Chick-fil-A is pretty simple. I order it on the app. Before I get there, it's already there, and they just check me in, and they give it to me. I get here, I just take them out of the bag, we eat. Now it seems like I'm going to have to cook them, which is...
Yeah, just one night, babe. I do it almost every night.
Not Chick-fil-A chicken. This is a step by step.
I do a lot more. This is just a chicken that you're doing.
Anyway, but yes, this was my blissful moment. I actually cooked and made a spicy chicken sandwich for all of us. So we did 4 of them.
Yes.
A little bit of fries.
Yes, it was good. It was good. I think for your first time, you did very good. The only thing was missing was just the spicy. You know, us Caribbean girl, we gotta have like the hot stuff in there.
So next time,
even my daughter,
I know what to do. I'm gonna go to the store and buy that. Is it green or red pepper? The hot pepper stuff.
I think you just need to have it be in the fridge overnight.
Yes,
because if you go get like hot pepper, babe, like the
one
Caribbean
that your mom be
pepper,
using.
no, you're gonna kill us. No, anyway, we don't want that. We don't want that.
But it was good. It was good, and they enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
We did. We enjoyed it.
Maybe next week I'll do the same thing.
Yeah, we'll just do it the night before.
Yes.
And then when
put it in the fridge.
Yeah, so it can be well marinated and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
So lately we've been doing like, you know, something on Wednesday night, something on Friday night. We stop buying out a lot more. We cook a lot more at home, which is good because y'all know what's going on. There's a lot of craziness with the food industry. So we're trying to stay off of it.
It's important to control what you eat. At least you know what you're putting in. Well, at least you know what goes in.
At least you think you know.
at least we think we know. Listen, if I can see the piece of chicken, I can see the spices, and I know no one dropped the chicken on the floor and then still cooked it and served it to me. I'm weird this way. That's why I never send my food back at a restaurant. If it comes to me, if it's not quite right, I'm going to do my best to eat it, but I will never send it back. Mm-hmm. I don't trust people with my food. Listen. But anyway, let's get into the topic of the day, which is... Yes. Dating your spouse.
You gotta keep dating your spouse, you know, if you want your marriage to last forever.
You know, I know that's something that's been a big opportunity for me. It's been a challenge, but we had our date this month.
Was that a date? I'm just kidding.
That was a date. We had ours this month, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once a month. You know, I've been having it on the calendar. We've been post dating that date, but finally we had it. Mm-hmm. At least we're starting the second half of the year.
Yes.
On a good foot. But you know what? You must keep dating your spouse if you want your marriage to last. Like, yes, Cece and I, we've been planning it, and we've been having projects and activities that gets in the way, but dating is important. And it doesn't matter if you're married a few months or if you've been married several decades. Mm-hmm. It's important to continue to take your spouse out. Now, it's not just the husband taking the wife out. The wife's got to take the husband out as well, right?
Of course.
Yes.
And you pay, you know?
Yes, but you know, you cannot overstate the importance
of
dating your spouse.
And we know life gets so busy, right? Especially life, the way things are moving so fast lately.
Listen, take our lives. We've got our businesses. You've got the kids homeschooling. You've got your business. We've got family obligations.
I got you to take care of.
I got work. You got me. We got the house.
Oof.
We got our church, which we're re-engaging. So there's always things. In side projects, there's always something. Like this summer, I'm supposed to be doing some landscaping work.
Well, yeah, let's hope that happen, or we don't know because hurricane is right around the corner. So we don't know if that's going to happen or not.
It's on the schedule that I'm supposed to get the landscape to get. So there's a lot of stuff that does happen.
Life gets busy a lot.
It gets busy.
Yes.
And everyone, I don't care where you are, where in life. you would run into a lot of stuff sometimes that can get in the way.
For real. I definitely agree. And you got to keep things going. You got to keep things alive. You got to keep things, you got to get the spark alive in your marriage. It's really something that I think a lot of us need to do. But I think it's important for you to keep dating your spouse to get to see what she's about. Is she still fun and exciting, or is she just like, I'm a mom, I don't have time to be doing this crazy stuff that you want me to do?
You got to do sneaky stuff. The things that people are dating does. But you know what? Sometimes we think that once we get married,
yes,
that it's kind of okay. That's it. I've worked hard to get to that point. Now I'm there. I don't have to do much.
I agree.
But in reality, that's not the case.
It's not. It's not the case.
Because dating gets you to the married point where now you're committed, but you got to keep working at it because it's a journey.
It is.
It doesn't stop at the altar where you said, yes, I do. Before God choose to marry this woman and she chooses to marry me through better or worse. No, that's the beginning of that journey. And that journey involved a lot of stuff, which includes doing things to show the other that you appreciate them and to make them feel loved.
Yes.
So
I agree.
It doesn't end with marriage.
Dating is important. Dating a spouse is important because a lot of us, I think this is not the first time we talk about this, dating a spouse. And I truly feel like it is so important, especially in our community, because I feel like with our parents' generation, I feel like the reason being is because they, like for us millennials, right? We see our parents get married and then they don't date afterwards. They just go to work, come home, and then that's it. And a lot of us, when we see our parents do that, we think it's normal. We think that, okay, once we have our own family, we are going to work, take care of the kids, and come home. Go to work, take care of the kids, come home. Whereas you should be dating a spouse even when they have children. You should still continue to have time for them. Now, babe, why is dating a spouse, in your own word, is important for the gentlemen out there? Tell them, baby. Tell them.
Well, when you married someone, you married them to live with them, right? You married them for that companionship. You married them to be able to grow together and build a life together.
Yes.
We all know life is about experiences.
Experiences, yes.
Now, yes, we can get caught up in a lot of the day today, but we got to build those experiences. And those experiences are the time we spend with each other.
Right.
Yes, we will have kids and we will build experience with the kids as well. But you can never say, you know what, yes, now we have kids, life stopped. Now it's all about the kids. No, you got to always keep your spouse in the loop. And that goes for both men, women. The wife can't completely forget that there's a husband in the equation, and the husband can't completely forget that there's a wife in the equation. And that's why it's important to always, take time aside to do the things that keeps you connected. The things that allows you to maintain that intimacy in your life, that romance. You got to do these things. And I tell you, you can't do these things while you're running after the kids. You can't do them while you're mowing the lawn. You can't do it while you're at work. You cannot do it while you're engaging in all those other things that happens in life. You can only do it when you take time aside to spend it with the person that you love. Yes.
And I think it shows your partner that you value and appreciate them.
Oh, yes.
Especially if the wife, is the one that's been, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about in general. Especially if the wife, let's say they have like 4 or 5 kids, right? And they're constantly taking care of the kids that get sick, and they're the one at the hospital, doctor's office with the kids. Husband is at work. Now, it's so important for the husband to pull back and realize that, man, I got to take time to take care of my woman because she's taking care of the children. And I truly feel like people in our community don't do that enough. Like, people in our community don't do that enough. You have to, and I can't stand when it's us, the woman that approach the man and says, man, I've been doing this. You never asked me out. It shouldn't be the woman who say that. It should be the man who acknowledge the wife doing all this work and says, you know what, babe, you've been taking care of all them 5 kids. Now let me take care of you.
Yeah.
That says a lot. It says a lot when you're the one that acknowledge the fact that she's been going through a whole lot. So yes.
Yeah. So you can only build that life and grow that life and keep that romance going by taking time aside to cater to your partner.
Yes.
Yes. Because if you let life get in the way, we'll get busy doing life.
Right.
And before we know it, we're all old and we can't do much.
We can't do much. We can't do much. Yes. Seriously.
So now is the time to do it. And it doesn't matter if you're my age or if you're newly married, or you could be in your 50s or 60s. You can still do that.
My parents still going at it. One thing I always appreciate from my dad is that he always did my mom. Always. They always be going somewhere on the Saturday. They always be like doing something. Because my mom is the type of woman where she's not just going to be, if she's off on a Saturday, she wants to be out and about. And I get it. If you're not the type that wants to be home all the time, and my dad loves that. And I think it keeps both of them alive. Not so much alive, but more so like spark the life. That there's more to life than just us in our big age. There's just more to life than just us, the two of us at home. I'm go to work and come home, but they still feel like, hey, I gotta live life. I gotta still go out and eat grill if I need to, or stop by the stores or do something.
Yeah, look at it this way. There's not a whole lot you could do at home every day. Now, when you have kids, they'll find times to fill your days off with things. But
you're an empty nest.
when you're an empty nester, or before we got the kids, yes, you may spend today at home, tomorrow at home, but by the third day, you gotta find some other place to be, because you gotta keep doing things that are new and that are different.
It helps you reconnect and reminds you why you fell in love with this person in the first place.
Absolutely.
We had a good time last Saturday, though.
We did.
We had a good time.
Absolutely. Dead.
We had a good time. We went we were just like casual date.
Yeah, I was wearing my shorts.
We had our shorts. I had my slides.
And we actually went to the place like 4:30ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, really early. We went and we couldn't call it dinner. It was a meal.
It was dinner because we didn't have anything else afterwards. We didn't get done until like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
We sat there and we talked. We talked about the things we want to do, the places we want to be, how we want our lives to be, without having the kids calling mommy, I want this. And you got to have this, because that's where the reconnect happened. There's conversations that you can only have them when you set time aside to be able to be you.
Right.
And not have to keep having to attend to kids. And
it felt good. And I think it was good. Not that we love our girls. We love spending time with our girls. But I think sometimes it's
important to have time away from the kids. Believe me. It is. Next time we're going to take a 7-day cruise and we're living with the parents. I
don't know about that. I won't be able to survive. I'm just kidding. But it was good. It was like fun. Like a fun, non-planning date kind of. I think it was. We didn't plan it. We're just like, hey, we had our shorts on and we were just chilling and vibing. And afterwards, we were outside by the water talking and chilling. It felt good. Kind of remind me of the days back in the days when we used to spend more time like that. And not that
we didn't quite end it the day like we normally end them back in the day.
But, here it goes.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
But it was good. It was fun.
It's not just about going out on fancy dates sometimes. It's just the little things that matters the most.
Yes.
You don't have to go and have a meal. You could just go and have a walk somewhere.
Yes.
Or maybe a coffee date if you're a coffee drinking person. Go out to Starbucks, pick up a drink, and maybe sit there and drink it and talk. Or if it's a crowded Starbucks, maybe go for a walk with it. You know, because just think of things that you could do that allows you to spend time with your spouse.
Yeah.
This is when you really got to put on your creative hat, you know, looking to see what can I do? What haven't I done in a long time that maybe I could try now? Or maybe you've seen someone do something. Like, you know what? Maybe I should try that.
Trying to get them to do those challenges.
To do new things. Your challenge that your friends been doing on social media, I don't know about that. But we can try that. You know, if it's something that physically that I can do, let's give it a try. So, but anything that you could do to give you the opportunity to spend time together, try to do it.
Yes. All right, babe. So now let's talk about, or let's share some tips for keeping the romance alive. What would you say?
One of my challenge was time. And as we mentioned earlier, we've got a lot going on. And sometimes I find that finding the time to say, we're going to do this has been a challenge. So leverage your schedule. You know, just like we schedule our job, you know, the time that we have to get to work. The kids' activities, if they have, well, our kids don't have soccer practice, but if the kids are engaged in a lot of outside activities, I remember when our kids were in dance, we know that by a certain time we had to, so that was scheduled. And any other commitments we have in our lives, we've been scheduling them. Why not schedule our date nights? And I know we've been doing it for 6 months. We keep postponing it, but we've been trying. We've been at it. And other thing keeps getting in the way. I know there's a few times we had to do events and so forth, but put it on the calendar. And the reason why we keep talking about it is because it's important to us, and we've always been having it on our calendar. So yes, we see it. We may not have been able to execute on it, but we see it, and then we agreed. We come to a mutual agreement. We're gonna move it, and then something happens.
We keep moving it and moving it and moving it, or canceled. Canceled.
So schedule it, and you know, if you're someone that has, you know, maybe your life is not as busy as ours and you can get it done, by all means, try to stay on schedule. But at the same time, if something that come up, get with your partner and say, you know what, this is happening. What do you think? Can we move it to a different time?
I agree.
And do that. Because at the end of it, if you don't schedule it, you'll never think about it. Let alone even do it. Because if it's not on your schedule where you actually sit, oh yeah, this weekend coming, it's our date night. Yes, we acknowledge it. Maybe we can't do it, or maybe we can do it.
Right.
But it always comes up in our conversation. Schedule it. Now, don't be like us and keep postponing it. But if you run into cases where you have to, by all means do so. Cece and I, listen, she understand, I understand, and trying to make up for it as much as we could through other things that we do together.
Right.
Because we do a lot of stuff together. But we understand date night is still important.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So yes, time is a challenge, but you can get around it by leveraging your calendar.
Yes. I'm definitely make it a priority. Make it a priority. And remember, I feel like, you know, as you were talking, it's not like, you know, we postponed it. We kept canceling it because every month we're supposed to go on a date. So therefore we cancel it this month and then we cancel it next month.
See, I was being nice. I said, we're postpone it to next month.
No, we just keep canceling it. It's like every time I look at the calendar, it's like date night canceled. I mean, we just don't have, and of course, when we get to go, I made them pay for it. Okay? I do make you not pay for it in that sense. Like, you got to take me somewhere. I need a full day of your time, and I need, or vice versa. Sometimes I'm the one that cancel it because either I have a client that we have to do a showing and we both not available. So he made me work hard for it. In my defense,
most of the time we've canceled it, it's been because of her.
I listen, I'm a sucker for my clients, so
yeah, most of the time it's been
clients
because of her.
Well, I cater to my people, okay? So I'm just saying, yes, I definitely agree with you. The calendar thing have worked for us, although we've just been canceling it because we're both busy. But I think you got to make it a priority. You
have to, and remember, it doesn't have to cost a lot. what's important is that you're spending quality time together.
Mm-hmm.
And another tip is to be present. You know, when you're out on a date, put away your phones and focus on each other.
What? Who do that? We don't do that.
Listen, the last few weeks I've been I put my phone on timeouts. I realized I was spending a lot of time watching YouTube Shorts, so I get home and I sit it away and I don't pick it up until later when we're ready to go to sleep. Make sure my alarm is set for the next day. Mm-hmm. That's been helping me.
And you've been doing good.
But yes, these phones, these electronic devices can get in the way. So when you're on a date with your partner, put your phone away. Mm-hmm. Like when we went out on that date, yes, our phone wasn't with us, but we did have our camera with us, but we weren't playing with it or on social media with it.
Right.
We're just capturing the moment. And very, very sparingly. I mean, clips here and there. We weren't filming the whole thing that we were out. Because what's the point? It'll be just as bad as using the phone. So be present when you are on a date with your partner. And really listen to what your partner has to say.
Yes. Listening is so important because you don't want to be talking and saying a whole lot of stuff. Like you can be pouring your heart out to your partner, and then if it's not fully there, you literally just like waste your time. Yeah. Then what's the point? So, you might as well keep me home.
Yeah. So, that allows you to have very good conversation. Yeah. Really touch on subject that you may not have touched on in a while. And, and allows you to get greater understanding of where you are, where you need to go. And that brings you closer.
Yes.
But one other thing that's important is don't get all serious. That's one of the things sometimes I get all serious and got to do this. No, remember to have fun.
Do what now?
And listen, I'm admitting that sometimes I get that way. But
the kids keep telling him to bring your fun meter up. They have a name for it now. Daddy, I need you to turn your fun meter on.
I don't know where that's located.
So we can have fun. You gotta let loose, baby. Is it on my
side or something?
Maybe it is because I can have fun. I'm a fun girl. Like if I get with the right energy, we're gonna have a good time. Although we both Capricorn, but I think my Capricorn is more fun than yours. Yours is very yours is too serious.
Listen, I'm reminding myself to have fun when we go out, and I do my best.
I let my wig out.
Yeah. and laugh together, try new things, and keep things exciting.
Try new things, absolutely.
Yes, like the place that we went in, we've been there a few times, and we picked something completely different from the menu that we sometimes we have bad habits. We'll just go and have the same thing from the same place because Cece don't like to try new food.
That's not true.
She wants food to be a certain way.
Not that I don't like to try new food. I want to see the pictures. Okay, show me pictures and then I'm good. But
we completely ordered things that we don't normally order and enjoy. So, and yes, we shared it with each other. We tasted it, and actually, she suggested, you know what? You try this. I'm going to try that.
Right.
And then if I don't like mine, you'll get to eat mine.
Yes, some of mine. Yes. This way.
Yes. But try new things and have fun.
Right. I think it's important. I think having fun is so important. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like when we get all, when you get married and you become like all the serious type of man or woman, and you barely let go of of the daddy side, and you kind of bring your younger side out. Because remember when we used to have fun.
We still have fun.
Babe, you more serious now than before. I get it. We have kids.
I'm a much more mature man.
Yes, but at the same time, the fun side is still inside of you. We can still pull that out. Because I'm going to have fun. I'm still youthful. I'm still going to... Like I said, it just depends on the energy.
Man, this is the woman who would not get on a roller coaster because she's afraid.
That's different. That's not my type of fun. I told you I'm an earth girl. Let's have fun down on the ground. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a good time.
See, her idea of fun can be different than mine.
Yeah?
She would not watch a scary movie.
That's not my fun time.
I laugh at scary movies.
I don't want to watch anything that's going to make me feel like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't know what's going to happen tonight.
See, her idea of
That's
fun
not
is very
fun.
different than mine.
How is this fun, babe? Tell me.
I enjoy
How
them.
is this fun? You watching a scary movie? What's so much?
I just enjoy people getting
Am
scared.
I the only one who feel like this is not fun? My brother will probably agree with you that it's fun because he like watching scary movies.
Well, he's your brother.
He would agree with you.
Oh, he would agree with me.
Yes.
But yes, I guess it's a man thing. But anyway, the point is,
Have
when
fun.
you go out on a date, have fun. Let any major complexities you have, put them on the side. There's other time to deal with that. Just enjoy the moment. Laugh and joke around. Don't take things too seriously.
You know what brings you back? And I truly feel like in this summertime, while the kids still home, right? What bring back the fun is when we say, do you remember when we did this and this and that? Oh my God. There's no better way of bringing back laughter, of bringing back like, oh my God, yes, I remember. Imagine when we were in the group together and we used to have like, we'll go to the movies or we'll do things, before the kids were born. We'll have such a good time. Like when you hear, do you remember when we used to do this and that? Ugh.
The point is, have fun.
Have a good time. Start with, do you remember that? Because that's going to get you there. Trust me, it's going to get you there.
We're talking about having fun, but remember, when you're in a relationship, sometimes challenges come up, and every couple faces challenges.
Yes.
One big challenge is complacency.
Oof. Say it louder for the people in the back.
Complacency.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Complacency.
Boy, talk about it now.
Hey, listen, our life can be very routine. Can be
Stuck.
very, very routine.
Very stuck.
We wake up in the morning, we do the same thing. Midday, we do the same thing. At night, we do the same thing. And that's one thing that can really make us take each other for granted. Because there's no variety. It's just the same thing.
I say
Many
that.
married couple.
That's exactly what I
Face
said
that.
in the beginning of the podcast, because we see our parents do the same thing over and over again. We think it's okay. So therefore, we do the same thing.
Yeah. So one big thing that any one of us who's facing that challenge can do is make an effort to show your partner that you appreciate them. Show them gratitude. Do the little things that
Yes.
makes a difference.
Yes.
If you get home and your partner's working on something, don't just go and get undressed and go lay down and watch TV. No, get undressed and join them and help them. Give them a hand. Come and say, you know what? What can I do to help you with this? If you get that they're folding the clothes, get undressed and then jump in and fold the clothes with them. Or if you get there, it's nice out and there's still some daylight. You know what, babe? Let's go for a walk. Put on your jogging pants and your jogging shoes on and whatever you wear when you go jog and walk. Just go out for a walk. Bring variety in the things that you do. Because the moment that you fall into a routine, everything just blends.
Yeah. And it gets bored.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest changes is complacency, but make an effort
Yeah.
to bring some variety
agree.
in your relationship.
Because people get too comfortable.
Oh, yes.
We get too comfortable. Now, let's say even if you and your spouse have different shifts, one works in the morning, one works at night. I'm pretty sure on the weekends or on Sundays, if you're both home on Sundays, use that time to go for a walk together, get the kids in. And I know sometimes some of you guys want to get home after church and go take a nap and go to sleep and get some rest. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's great to just like, hey, let's just go for a walk.
Yes, I mean, a walk could be a number of other things.
Yes.
Look at the time to see what can you do during that time.
Yes.
To spend some time with the person you
Right.
love.
Because y'all get too comfortable. And it's the truth. Men gets way too comfortable.
Why is it? It's not just men. Women gets comfortable as well.
But most of the time it's y'all. Yes, we get comfortable. And this is why I am fighting for the millennials in my community, especially, I'm sure the other community is fine, to not be too comfortable and say, you know what, it's okay. The moment that you said it's okay, you literally just open the gate to them keep doing it. And what's going to happen is they're going to keep doing it and doing it over and over and over.
Well,
Before you know it, you reach a certain age, you get used to it, nothing gets done. It doesn't happen.
So yes, if one of us realize that we've fallen into a routine, bring it up. Because we have, at that point, we have to start addressing the issue. And together, how do we fix it?
Yes. And I think if you want to make your marriage last, and exciting, and we have our own challenges. We have our own struggles. Every couple have their own struggles. At the same time, we are committed to this marriage. We are committed to make it work. We are communicating through our challenges. Like, that's the only way. I feel like when you have stuff going on, you married, you said, I do to this person, you should be able to talk to this person. Yeah. And I understand over time, we change, right? People change. The person that you married 20 years ago is not the same person anymore. But at the same time, they need to understand that if you are going through something, it's important for them to be open and receive what you're going through, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. This is what's important, to be able to share your feelings openly.
Yes.
And listen to each other.
Yes.
And listen, I mean, really listen.
Share your feelings.
Yes. And
because we have a lot of them.
That you can say.
We do.
But by listening and understanding, together you can work on finding solutions.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes. So, and you'll find when problems and challenges like this arise, you don't fix it by yourself.
Yes.
You fix it together. Yeah. And don't be afraid to get help if you need it. Now you can get help by reading some books on relationship, maybe attending some workshops. I know there are local organizations that offer couple counseling workshops. So maybe attend some of those, or maybe see a counselor. Whatever it is that you need to do to help you get better, don't be afraid to do it.
Right.
Because if you don't, your relationship will pay for it.
Absolutely. And if you want to make it work and you want to make it last, you don't want to be, you don't want to go through the singleness life, because it's hard and it's tough. I got married to this man. It's till death to us apart, because I'm not going to be going out there on them streets. And he's not going to be going out there on them streets, because we're committed in front of God. We're committed to God first, then we're committed to each other.
Hey, listen, remember, dating your spouse is an ongoing commitment. It's about to continually choosing each other and put in effort to keep that relationship going, to keep that relationship flourishing. It's also about appreciating the journey that you're on.
That's right.
There'll be ups, there'll be down, but staying connected through it all makes all the difference. It helps brings you together.
Right.
So make the time for each other.
Yes.
Communicate openly and never stop having fun together.
That's right.
Listen, your marriage, your relationship, it's worth it. You've been working hard at it.
Yes.
Be willing to do whatever you can to keep it going.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So we hope you found this episode today inspiring and helpful. So remember, your marriage, your relationship is worth it. To all the men that are my age, you millennials and maybe some of you Gen Zs, when you get into a relationship, you get into it to make it work. You get into it to grow. You get into it to build a life together. Be willing to do what's necessary. It's important to look back at the things you used to do before you married the person that you're with. And believe me, you're going to see some great things you used to do. Some nights that you would go home and you can't stop thinking about the person. You would wake up and you would plan exactly what you're going to do the evening when you pick that person up. You would make sure that your car is clean. All these little things that we did while we were dating, we can still do them. Now we can even do them better. Now that we're married, we don't have parents looking to see when we're coming home. We don't have roommates that we have to share a house with that we can't bring our girl home. So we have a lot more flexibility. So take advantage of this and still make the woman that we're with feel special. Because when you get with this person, you get with them to build a life together. Now, what's a life when there's not a lot of good memories in it? And believe me, again, I said it way earlier in the podcast, life is about experience. And we get those experiences by doing things. And yes, if you have kids, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to do things. But remember, we said scheduling things is the best way to get things done. And be flexible. Sometimes you may have to change your plan. And if you do this month, just postpone it to next month. Hey, listen, whatever you do, think of how does that help you keep your spouse happy and keep you happy. So we hope this episode is inspiring and helpful to you, especially men, but also women. I think you should have the same responsibilities as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the Blissology Podcast and share this episode with your friends, especially if you have a friend you know who's dealing with some relationship issues. I think this will help them at least be able to get some pointers on some of the things they can do to potentially bring that romance back in their relationship. And if you have any topics you would like us to cover, feel free to put it in the comment. We appreciate you guys. And until next time, keep the love alive. Peace.